it's things like that. It's things like that, and now it's actually being recorded, y'all. It's things like that that just make him just a little bit different, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's little things like that. I'm telling you, the call being recorded, it going on YouTube. Now I need y'all to understand, Mr. Aaron Evans just smacked P600 not too long ago. He's been stewing ever since he hit P600. He ain't let up not once yet. He ain't let up not once yet. Ever since me and him been going back and forth on Trend Trap, I need y'all to understand the man has been in the lab. He's been in the lab cooking. Tour on the way. I would advise you get your tickets as soon as possible. It's probably about to sell out. If you're in one of the cities, contact somebody in Certified, get to the tour. If you didn't know, now you know. Like we all the way in momentum. Like we ain't half stepping, we ain't moving no kind of way. I need y'all to understand. Today we're finna talk about trend trap, but then tomorrow we're really gonna be trapping the trend. Quote me on that. We're really gonna be trapping the trend. No cap. Like I need y'all to understand like what is about to happen on this call. I really need y'all to understand that. Like what we're in, what we're doing. We're in momentum. We're going all the way. And once y'all get this information, it's going to be able to catapult y'all for the next event for Arizona. I need y'all to understand that when he get on this call, I would advise you, I'm not even going to lie, I would advise you have one of these out. Have one of these out and be taking notes. Hey, man, take some notes. Because whatever he says, I'm telling you, it works. I've seen it. We can check the stats. I've seen Mr. Aaron Evans on gold. Trust me, it's not, man. Remember when I said there's Jay Awal and then there's Aaron Evans? Yeah, it's facts. It's not cat. There's Evan Cabral and then there's Aaron Evans. Like it's not like I'm not saying this for just speaking sake. I need y'all to really understand what's about to happen. P1000 loading. My brother Aaron Evans is about to get on this call. Let's go, family. Hey, Mr. Aaron Evans, you can take it away. I love you, brother. Let's keep grinding.
My God, but the edification was absolutely phenomenal. And ladies and gentlemen, can we give it to my boy, Mr. Cutest? Oh my God, live in California. I'm super excited to have this conversation today. Boy, you got me my bag today, bro. You got me in the high level moment, right? And I want to go ahead and just preface to the fact that I show you all the love, bro. You're in the lab yourself, bro. You're working hard. You're doing big things in the military. So I have to give you your flowers because you keep me in check. And for the sake of time, guys, I love to edify him a lot more, but you're going to see more of me and Q doing calls on IG later down the road. My name is Aaron Evans. I'm 25 years old. My job today is not to tell you about my past, to tell you about where I am going. But to understand who I am and where I am going, just to give you guys preference, I am 25 years old, originally from Charlotte, North Carolina. I currently reside in Dallas, Texas. I've been a part of IM Mastery Academy for the past 6 years. I joined IM when it was IML back in 2018 with one product, one educator. I've had the privilege and the honor to build an organization all the way up to Platinum 5,000 in a year and a half. Due to personal situations, I lost my entire business, went from Platinum 5,000 to 000 in the back office, drove from North Carolina all the way back home to Texas, dealt with suicide 3 times. And the only thing that stayed consistent in this entire piece was God and this business. So when I tell you guys about this information today, I'm telling you that what I'm about to teach you literally saved my life. So I'm not a Platinum 5,000. I'm not a millionaire. I promise you, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a P5 like KD. I'm not a Chairman 10 like Neno and Mina and all some of your favorite leaders that are in Budapest right now. I would love to be in Budapest right now. But you know what? I'm here because I love y'all. I'm here for the little people because I was a little person. I didn't have a mentor for years in this business. For the first 3 years of my business, I didn't have any mentors. I built the business by myself. I had to learn the strategies, the training, and ran trainings every single day when my entire organization I was a part of left, still ran trainings. So today when we talk about trend trap, I'm going to explain to you guys trading in a different way that you've never heard about it. So let's go ahead and begin. Number one, how long you guys been in trading? Be honest, right? How long you been in the game? I want to know who's been in the game. I need to know how long we've been in the game for. We got 1, we got 3, 2.5 years, 3 years. Okay, 4 years. So we've been here. Do we have anybody brand new, less than 30 days? Any 30-day people, 60-day, 90-day people within this call today? Almost a year. Congratulations. The year has flown by, hasn't it, for you? Like, you guys ever look back and go, man, time has flown by within this space. Awesome. 6 months. Guys, 2 months. Shout out to my man, Tony. Congratulations to everybody, man. Can we show some love in the chats? We got 1 week. 1 week, man. Can we just drop some red? Can we drop some welcome, some hearts, some flowers for all the people who are brand new within this space, who are winning this amazing opportunity? So today I will be explaining to you guys Trend Trap in a very unique way. And we got to start from the very basics to understand Trend Trap. So if you can say to yourself, and just drop in the chat, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you understand candlesticks? On a scale of 1 to 10, meaning 10 meaning that you can hop on this call and teach people what a candlestick is, or 1 meaning I don't know what it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you understand candlesticks? Four, 5, 4. Now, this is a question you want to ask yourself. In Trend Trap, what's going to be very vital for you is understanding candlesticks. Because a lot of us right now are probably struggling with the strategy because we don't understand what a true close of a candlestick is, or what a wick really means. Because you need to understand candlesticks to understand Trend Trap. That helps you with SNR. That helps you with support resistance, helps you with your counter trend lines. Got to know candlesticks. So we got to start from candlesticks, guys. So just to give you guys, if you're writing this stuff down, I don't have it drawn up, but just listen to me. All a candlestick is, I'm going to say it in the fancy way and I'm going to sum it up. A candlestick, guys, is the visual representation of price manipulation over a period of time. Think about that for a second. A candlestick is just the visual representation of price manipulation over a period of time. A candlestick is the visual of what the buys and the bears are doing, right? It's telling you how price is moving up or down, and it's over a certain period of time, aka a time frame. That's what a candlestick is. That is its sole purpose. But there are different parts of a candlestick, and we're going to go ahead and break that down. There's different parts of the candlestick I want you guys to understand fully that allows you to understand, okay, cool. We're going to hop on these charts. We're going to go ahead, and you got to be able to mark things up. You got to make everything work. So this is how it's going to go. So we're going to go pull up GBP USD. I want to pull up, I love to pull up gold today, but right now we want to study with GBP USD, and we're going to go over candlesticks just to start this call, and then we'll dive right into Trend Trap, because if you understand candlesticks, then you can understand how you're not going to get faked out, how you're not going to get wicked in. These are things that are very vital, because for 6 years of my trading experience, one of the biggest downfalls of trading is not the strategy itself. It's just the fact that you got in too early or you got in too late. So a lot of us know the strategy, but don't understand when to get in on stuff, because you just don't know how candlesticks operate. So let's start from the very beginning. So candlesticks, 2 directions, up or down. There's no sideways, there's no in between. They either go up or they either go down, right? If you understand that, then you're 99% smarter than most people in the United States right now, in the world that don't understand trading. You know a lot more. So we're going to break down each component of a candlestick really quickly, and we're going to use this big red candle as our example. So zoom in on it. I'm going to break some things down to you guys, and then it's going to be very vital when you guys use Trend Trap, I promise you. First, at the very top of a red candlestick here, all right, this point, this very tippy tip of the wick, this is your high point. So for those who are my drawers on the call, my ladies, you like to draw out the candlestick. My fellas, draw the candlestick. You want to draw the arrow like you in anatomy class. This is one of them times you want to, anatomy class is going to work for you. All my science people out there in the world. This is your high point. All right. This means this is the highest price that the market went to in that time frame. Meaning in 1 hour, we're on the hour time frame, the highest USD went in 1 hour is 1.2770. All right, moving on. Now, when we say this is very important, then you have your opening. All right, the very top line. And I'm gonna try to draw this as best as I can. the very top of the candlestick, right here, where I drew my black line, that is called the open. On a bearish candle, this is the open. Now, why is this important? It's because you have to understand when price opens, when you enter and execute a trade on your phone or on Trade Locker, the open price for a lot of us is so important, and it gives us the indication that, okay, this trade is ready to go in, or this trade is ready to begin. And a lot of us, the candlestick's open price is the same strike price that you get in your trade on MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5 or Trade Locker, right? So that's why you need to know where your openings are, because a lot of times you're going to be executing your trades the moment a candlestick opens. All right. Now, at any point, if I lose you, the chat is wide open. You say slow down or repeat what you just said. Q's going to keep a good eye on the chat for me. So if he can always text my phone right here and be like, yo, Aaron, slow down. Are you tripping? Relax. All right. So one more time. Of course, one more time. So I want you guys to think, ooh, this is great. Ready? Ready for this? Watch this. I'm going to explain candlesticks like we already do nowadays. Okay, here's my shoe. Stick with me. Makes sense. Here's my shoe. Now, imagine you go out to the store and buy yourself a shoe, and you see your shoes for $100. But the store that's selling the shoes is not open yet. Foot Locker, right? They open at 8 a.m. You waiting outside, you waiting for your shoes to get on sale. You saw them online for $100. When you walk into that Foot Locker at 8 a.m. in the morning, they're selling shoes all day long. So maybe at the opening of the store, these shoes cost $100. Just like a bearish candlestick, the moment the candlestick opens and then drops in price, the top portion of that candle is the opening. And that price is the open. Does this make sense? Drop a 7 if you're with me. Drop a 7 if you can imagine yourself at the store. You know how Black Friday gets. You wait for them coupons. When you wait for price to drop before you buy. Exactly. It's just like a red candlestick. You wait for price to drop before you buy. But what do we talk? Buy low, sell high. You do it with coupons and sales all the time. Candlesticks are the same way. Nothing different about a candlestick. It just looks funny. It just looks different. It's weird. So that's what this means. The opening of the bearish candle is exactly where price began the candlestick formation. Then you have the body. You have the body here. It's just the meat and potatoes. There's just the meat and potatoes of a candlestick. It's the meat and potatoes. There's not much going on in there besides billions upon billions of dollars. We're really 7.3 trillion dollars are moved in one candlestick. I'm just going to tell you right now, there's a lot going on in that. So this is your body. All right. Now, you go into the one of the final pieces of this is going to be the close. Now, on a bearish candlestick, the close is the very bottom line. All right. The close is the very bottom line. Why do you need to know that? Because in trend trap, in trading, a lot of you guys are going to be hearing educators. They're going to say, at the close of this candle, then get in. A lot of us like to get in trades when the candlestick is still forming. It hasn't finished its formation. You're prematuring, right? So that's why you want to wait for candlestick closures, because hide the volume section so they can see better for sure. Should be able to read this. Bet. So when you guys are going to wait for the close of the candle, that is going to be an indication to you, because you have to pay attention. Who has ever traded? You drop a 1 in chat. Who has ever traded and you thought the candlestick was breaking your level of support and resistance, but then all of a sudden it wicked and it turned around and it reversed? You got in a sell, you thought it was going to break, and it fell through the floor, and then it wicked right back up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's because you have to wait for candlestick closures. Closures of candlesticks define structure, not wicks. I'm going to say that again for everybody on here. Candlestick closures define structure, not wicks. Wicks show price. Candlestick closures show structure. Why am I saying this? Because when we get to step 2 of SNR, you'll see. And then the last piece is the low. How are we feeling? We good? Red candlestick makes sense. We put an MS in the chat for makes sense. Okay, I'm following. Makes sense. Guys, and look, the green candle, repeat the last part for sure. In the last piece, guys, you want to pay attention to where candlesticks close, because the closure of candlesticks, the open, the body, and the close of a candlestick define structure, not the wicks. Wicks show price. The bodies of candles show structure. Just because it wicked up to the area and came down doesn't mean it defines structure. Price can just be a liquid fill, right? Things can just reverse. So that's what that's about. And then the green candle, guys, it's the exact opposite. It's just the flip. Well, it's just the flip. Green candlesticks just flip. All right. If you wanted to sing a song, high, open, body, close, high, open, body, close, body, close. Then the low, like, you know what I'm saying? You can make it a song. High, open, body, close. Stop playing with me. Come on. All right. Let's move on. I want you to have some humor in this call. Hope you all entertained. Step 1 of trend trap. Gotta know the trend. Step number 1 of trend trap is understanding the trend. Where are we going? I think so. Is that one of the questions you guys ask your family members and relatives before you go to Thanksgiving? Hey guys, where are we going? You should be asking yourself that too in trading. Hey market, hey gold, hey Ripple, Bitcoin, where are we going? What's the trend? It's the first question you want to ask yourself. Where are we going? And so you want to define that using terms such as higher highs and higher lows. Something that I like to do to help myself answer the question of where am I going? I'm going to go to a higher time frame called the 4-hour. Okay, so step number 1 is identify trend on the 4-hour time frame. Where are we going? Up, down, up or down, or consolidate. Okay, 3 ways the market moves: up, down, and sideways. Uptrend, downtrend, consolidation. If you want to use fancy terms, you can. I'm going to keep it very basic. Up, down, sideways. There's only 3 ways this market is going to go. And it moves from left to right, like you're reading a book. All right. How do we? Oh well, Aaron. Well, I'm trying to like, I don't really understand the trend. That's fine. Take the candlesticks out of the way, family. Stop looking at this mess. This is jumbo mumbo. It's noise. Line chart it up. Just follow the line. We know how to connect the dots. We know how to connect the lines. Plain and simple. I don't even have to mark anything up. Where are we going? Up, down, or sideways? Just use your best judgment. Just look at it with your eye. Trust your eyeballs. What's the market doing? Up, down, or sideways? Put in the chat. Trust yourself. Don't be scared. The market not going to bite. Don't be scared. Answer. Be confident. Where are we going? Up, down, sideways. Just by visualizing, looking at it. We got sideways. We got up. This is your eyes. Trust your eyeballs, ladies and gentlemen. There's no correct answer here. You're using your eyes. Why? Because in trade, you got to understand where you're going, because it helps you set yourself up. Okay. So for the sake of this, right? We got up, down, sideways, whatever. At first sideways, then up. Exactly. All right. Now, what's the market doing? Up, down, sideways. Trust your eyes. What do you think it's doing? Up, down, sideways. This is right in real time. This is what you want to do. Now, I know Jay Awal has a technique where you guys can use higher highs and higher lows. I'm here for the people who are just trying to get this down in their fingers. I'm going to show you a trick that helped me identify trend faster. All right. Sideways means consolidation. I'll show you what that means. I'm glad you asked. What does that mean? I'll show you what that means. I'm going to take the ellipse tool over here. Something that I did that helps me identify trend easier, because I got to trust my eyes, right? I'm going to take the ellipse tool and I'm just going to highlight the high points and the low points of this line chart. I'm just going to mark them up. Why am I doing this? This is for you guys to practice. You have to train your eyes, right? You're training your eyes, not what you want to see, but what the market is giving you. That's one of the biggest rules in trading. You trade what the market gives you, not what you want the market to give you. Please write that down in big bold letters and start at somewhere. You do not trade what you want the market to do. You trade what the market is giving you. Now, as you guys can see with this ellipse tool, is it a little bit easier for you to identify which way the market's going, up, down, or sideways? So let's try it again. Everybody put in the chat, which way is the market going, up, down, or sideways now? Now that I've added these little ellipses on here to train your eyeballs to see what it's doing, connect the dots. What is that line doing? Is it going up? Is it going down? Or is it going sideways? It's going down. Now, if you need a little bit more extra, this is what you can do. Once you draw your ellipse tool, take a little pencil tool and draw it out and follow it yourself. Notice how you guys see it looks like it's moving sideways. It's not really moving in a solid direction, right? It's just moving sideways, all right? Because we have those ellipse tool. Now, I'm going to remove that for the sake of example. For those who are practicing learning how to identify trends, this is a way to do it. Get you an ellipse tool, get on the line chart, circle those high points and low points, and then take your pencil and just draw. Where does your hand go? Does it go up? Does it go down? This is for you to physically feel the market out without just using your eyes all the time. So, hope that makes sense. We'll move forward. Now, that's step number one. All right. Step number two, ladies and gentlemen, okay, is support and resistance. This is going to be probably the lengthiest part of our conversation, because this, step number two, is the most important step. I don't care about counter trend lines as much as the next guy. I don't care. The counter trend line doesn't matter unless you got the right support and resistance level going. Everything starts here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you know support and resistance? 10 meaning that you can hop on this call right now and explain support and resistance to everybody. 1 being that I am struggling. I just have to gauge the room because it determines how I have to explain support and resistance for people. 7.7, 6, 10. Okay, great. I love that. 2, Selena is a 2. I love that. Let's start from the very beginning. Okay. Law of gravity. Think about support resistance like gravity. Here's my wallet. If I drop it, it's going to go down. And it's going to hit something called a floor, support, ground, right? I'm dropping my wallet, drop down, but it hits the tabletop. This is called support. Support is your floor. Everything bounces off of it. Let's say you have a basketball or a bouncy ball or the silly putty balls you used to roll up and throw it on the ceiling in class. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If I threw this, it's going to bounce. We as people, we jump what? Up. We have to find ground support to jump up. The market does the same thing. Support is when the market comes to an area and it comes down to a point, hits this level, and bounces upward. All right, so that's what support means. Resistance is the exact opposite. Y'all been in a plane before and you've flown somewhere and it hits a certain altitude and then it's got to come back down? Resistance is that high point. You ever been on a roller coaster? You get to that really high point before you drop really fast. Resistance is the high point in the market. Now, once you've identified trend in which way we are going, so for this example, gold is down, right? We're looking at a downtrend on gold. Way more impulsive moves down there. I'm not trying to get too fancy, but gold is the downtrend. You now need to find, right, previous resistance. Now, what I mean by resistance, you have to find a level of resistance because that is going to give you the best chance at catching a selling trade, right? If price is going down, I need to start at a high point and then go downwards. I have to start at a high point and then go down. So what I'm going to do now is, because I've identified these levels, this is what you want to do. You can stay on your line chart. You can stay on the line chart, or you can go to the candlestick at this point. It's your preference. Here's what I like to do. Shout out to Zion. I go to my 1 hour chart. On the chart, I get a vertical line. I get a vertical line, ladies and gentlemen, and I go ahead and mark current price. Why am I doing that? because I'm training myself in my mind to go, I need to look from right to left to find those levels. There's nothing over here. You can't predict into the future what the market's going to do, but you can always study the past to prepare. All right. So I'm going to draw a vertical line to know where I'm going to start my analysis, where my eyeballs are going to go. And I'm going to draw it out to the left. So let's say we're looking for a live gold trade right now, right? And if guys, you go to the boot camp as well, Jay Awal has techniques on how to find it. But let's say we want to get in a trade right freaking now. All right. I'm going to take this line and I'm going to drag it out to the left for a little bit. Now, what's study to pass to prepare? Exactly. Now, there's something very key about this step. Just because you mark off a level of support or it can be resistance, the best levels, or what we like to call key levels, is when price has treated an area as support and resistance. It double dipped. Areas of support and resistance are usually a lot stronger. They usually have a lot more volatility to them, and you can expect a rapid market move or trend change at these levels. So if you are in a blessed position to find an area in the market where it's been support and resistance before, you're in a good prime position. You're in a great prime position. How can we find those? Exactly right here. So what I like to do is I like to take my current price tool. I'll take the arrow. I'll just drag it out to the left. Why am I dragging it out to the left? Because I want to see if this level that price is currently at has been a previous area of support resistance before. I'm going to drag it out a little bit. Now, as you guys can tell, as I drag my arrow into the past, you can notice the market has been here before. It's hit these levels before. Up and down, up and down. Notice how it was, see how it was resistance before. Now we're looking to in the future, support, support, previous resistance right here, support over here. All these different areas. So I have found myself, okay, I can use this level for my SNR, for my support resistance. I can use this level. It's been resistance before. It's been resistance. It's been support in the past. Okay, I can trust myself and utilize this level. And if you really want to see if you found a good one, go from your line chart to your candlestick chart and notice how well we reacted from this level. Notice how the market really did react from this level almost to the T, just because we're on a line chart. Think I'm lying? Look at these candlesticks. Price came up to this line and dropped. Price came up to this line, rejected. Price came up to this line, rejected. Price came down and bounced, then fell, then rejected. Price broke and fell. Notice how this zone, you guys can see it from news right here on this big candlestick. Price had to completely take this level out to start buying. I think we found ourselves a key level, yes or yes? I think we found ourselves a very key level that we can pay attention to take a trade off of. So that's what we're going to do. Now, the final step of your SNR is defining the candlestick that best represents this level. Guys, there's millions of candlesticks here. You want to find a candlestick that's not too big in size, around 5 to 10 pips large, 15 if you're pushing it. But this candlestick best represents the market when it's crossing through, breaking up or down. That's going to give you your best shot of finding an accurate level as best as you can. And it's just going to take practice, guys. It's just going to take practice in watching and demo trading and having a trade journal and writing down your emotions of, okay, when price hit this level, I felt antsy. When price hit this level, I felt excited. You want to write that kind of stuff down. As much as trading is about making money, trading is a therapy session. You're going to learn a lot about yourself in this market. So I'm just saying. Not institutional move. I'm not going to say institutional move. That is a different conversation. That is a different conversation. Not for this. Institutional candles, I can go for 3 hours. Not for this. This is just to help you recognize, okay, all we're doing in this example, guys, is to train your eyes to tell your brain, hey, Aaron, I think we found an area where there's a lot of motion happening. There's a lot of commotion going on when it gets to this point, right? There's a lot of drama going on. What is the market doing at this level? For me as a trader, if there's a lot going on at this level, I need to pay attention to it because something's about to happen. This is your preparation and proper anticipation. That's all this is about. We don't know if the market is going to do an institutional move. We don't know. But we can see in the past, if it's done it before at a certain level, then we can take that data, put that data set in our brain, write that down, and go, okay, I need to reference this again, set it a reminder so when we know price is going to get there, we can execute with no hesitation. So, like I know we're a little bit long on that, but now we need to find a candle that represents it. I personally am going to choose this little red guy right there. This guy over here. Own little world. But I like this candlestick right here. This one or this one. Two great candlesticks, small in size, that can best represent that this is a strong area of support resistance. Why? Because you can notice the candlesticks in the previous, they didn't really break through, test and take off. It just consolidated at this level, and you notice that there was not a lot of market movement because of the size of the candlesticks themselves, right? Why I say candlesticks are so important is because, once again, the zone that you're going to be drawing for your support and resistance is only going to be the body. You're going to highlight the body of the candle, not the wick. Does the color of the candle have to be the same direction in the market is currently going? No, but you definitely want to be close. No, but you want to be close. Right? No, but you want to be close. So I just choose this red one. This one best represents it. Great. I'm going to take my rectangle tool. Go down here. I'm going to zoom in on these candlesticks as best as I can because I like to be accurate. Anybody of my accurate people in here, you just want to be so accurate. You're like, oh man, I really just want to be, I'm going to go ahead and highlight this top to the bottom, drag it out a little bit. Now, all I'm going to do, little trick, I'm going to delete the arrow, delete the line. It's gone. I'm going to click my box, go to settings on it. I'm going to add a 0 and then delete the negative. I now have an infinite support resistance line for as long as I'm alive. Hope you guys just paid attention. Now I don't have to redraw this level ever again if I don't want to. This is how you guys can find setups faster and get into trades quicker because now you found a good level, you trust that level, you study that level. Now you don't have to keep remarking it up every Sunday. You can save it. And with TradingView and what I am, you can save your charts. Now you can save the markup and I can use the same level over and over and over again. The price has been here before. We know what to do. So now I just go back to current price. Quick way to do it. Click this little reset chart view. Bada bing, bada boom. Now you guys can notice, man, price is right at our level. Ain't that crazy? Drop a 7 if you get some stew, man. Drop some step in. You guys are just enjoying the stew right now. We're cooking over here, man. Chef Boyardee in the gym. We Chef Boyardee here on Jemima on his game. Come on now. All right, great. I'm glad you guys are learning amazing value. Let's keep going. Now that I found an area of support resistance, the next piece is going to be your counter trend line. Okay? Counter trend lines. Remember when we talked about, we identified the trend in one direction? We were saying it was going to go up or it was going to go down, right? A counter trend line is the exact opposite. Okay? Just how we got God and the devil, but both of them play a part in our lives. Trends and counter trends play a part in our lives. Both of them have value some certain way. Both of them are vital in the skill of trading. All right. So I'm going to be looking for selling opportunities in the market off of this gold trade. Then my counter trend line needs to be in the upward diagonal direction. Show you what I mean. I'll do it like this. I'm a visual guy. I like to draw it. If the market is going up, my counter trend line needs to be going against it. If it's going here and it's going down, my counter trend line needs to be going against it in the opposite direction. So that's what counter trend lines are for. Why are they important? Because at this intersection is where step 5 is going to play a big role, which is the action arrow on impulse. For the sake of time, I want to keep going. I would love to keep you guys on here forever, but I can't. So let's keep on moving. All right. Now, we go on gold. Well, we're on GU right now. We're looking at current price. Let's say I'm looking for a new selling opportunity. This is now where color candles are actually vital. So please pay attention. If you are selling, your counter trend line needs to connect 2 green wicks. If you are buying, your counter trend line needs to connect 2 red wicks. Say that again. If you are selling, your counter trend line needs to be connecting 2 green candlesticks. Selling, you're buying, it's the opposite. So why am I saying that? Let's do an example of a trend line. I connect 2 red points and go down to my zone, extend it to my zone, and I can find 2 green wicks and extend it to my zone. One here, and extend it to my zone. Why? I'm drawing both so you can give us an example, because this is what happens. If we're buying on Trend Trap, you want to look for the market to do something like this. Break, test, and go. If you're selling, you want the market to do something like this. You want it to come up, break, retest, and sell. Notice how you guys can see one's selling and one's buying. Step number 4 is M's and W's. The way you want to do this, well, I'm actually going to skip, I skipped the step. Mark your counter trend lines and M15 or shorter. Okay, you got your big picture. Now we're zooming in. Mark your counter trend lines most effectively on the M15, M5, depending if you're trading indices, if you're trading like NAS, US 30, SPX, great. Mark your counter trend line in M15, market moves faster. For all my gold people, silver people, gold, silver, oil, those kind of commodities, M15 is great. Currency pair people, 15 minutes is great. For my crypto people, depending on the volatility and market cap of that crypto, whether it's like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Ripple, definitely want to use the M15. If you're trading things like Solana, XLM, anything like that, M5 is most effective. Kind of ran through that, but hope you guys were hearing that. So, selling. My counter trend line is going to be in a bearish market. Okay? Now, I'm going to be looking for something called M's and W's. Now, the fancy term of an M and W are double tops and double bottoms. But remember, the market moves, it flows, it forms different patterns and different shapes. So, for example, we're just going to find some examples of M and W's previously in gold so you guys can visually see what we're talking about. Do you guys notice right before CPI came out, it was today, notice how the market formed somewhat of a W, of an M before it sold. Let's find another example. Here's another M example here. Market really formed a little bit of an M before it sold down. Right? You have the market forming, different W's. You guys can see these little W patterns in here. So all I'm trying to say is, guys, like M's and W's are everywhere. Like, great example. You guys can see the market came down to a low, bounced off, and bought. Right? So M's and W's are everywhere. Why are we saying M and W's are key? Because an M and a W is giving you another indication that the market is truly ready to go in the direction that you want it to. Right? It's just, so right now, if I'm going to be looking for an effective sell opportunity on GU, based off of what we marked off in the trend and where it's going to go, if I want an effective entry, I need to wait for the market to form some kind of an M around my area of support or resistance. Really, my area of resistance, I need some M to kind of form in this area and break my counter trend line. That gives me the indication in my brain, okay, all right, Aaron, it looks like the bears are in control. It looks like the M is forming. A sell is happening. It broke your counter trend line. We're almost ready to get in. We're now waiting for our final step, which is going to be the action arrow. Here's another way you guys can think about what I'm breaking down to you. Think about this as a confirmation checklist. For my fellas and for my ladies, think about it like this. When you're about to go out, you're gonna hit the club, the bar, go to church. Praise God. You know, anybody at church, anything like that? What do? You checklist yourself. How's my hair? How's my nails? How's my eyelashes? How's my teeth? Fellas, do I smell? Do I need a shower? How's my skin? You guys should do a checklist every single day of your affirmations. You do a checklist every single day to make sure you get to work on time. All of your tasks. This is the same thing. A confirmation checklist of when the trade is ready to go. Family, if the trade is not matched up, all the things in your confirmation trade list checklist, yes or no in the chat, should you take the trade? If you are looking for a certain setup and the market doesn't give you the stuff that you're looking for, do I take the trade in the direction that my setup is ready to go? No, this is where I lost thousands of dollars. All because I didn't just trust my confirmation checklist and did it. I was trying to chase it back. Okay? I was trying to chase it back. There's like, I believe in trading, there's no such thing as luck. There's just proper preparation. You just out-prepared me, to be honest. You're just out-prepared or you're just more knowledgeable than I am. I don't think there's luck in trading. Just people are just smarter. So we have the M's and W's. So pretty much what we're looking for is why we drew this counter trend line is because now we want the market to first make the M. We want it to break this counter trend line right here. The last final step, family, is the action arrow. This is where you want to use impulse to actually determine if it's time to get into trade, and we will end it right here. Let's pull up impulse and we'll dive into it. Last up, here we go. On the last one. Exciting. Exciting. It's impressive. We did this in 30 minutes. Ain't that impressive? Man, and Jay Awal's boot camps are 5 hours long. You ever thought about that? You be on trainings for an hour, but then the boot camp itself be 10 hours deep. Man, I love IM. I'm telling you, I'm grateful to be here. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you don't use IM Mastery Academy as a cash cow to get as much money out of this opportunity you can, bro, you are wasting your time. I'm telling you, don't do that. You want to strip IM of all of its resources as much as it can. All right, check me out. Impulse. Couple things you need to understand. Impulse is a very big momentum-based product. It uses momentum in a lot of indicators. I'm going to sum this up for you so you are not frightened. There's a couple components that you want to pay attention to. And this is what you want to do. Just understand colors. You know your colors, you know your reds and blues. Impulse, all you need to understand is your colors. And you'll understand impulse in trend track. You're going to drop down to your M5, M1 time frame, depending on what pair you're studying. For GE, we're getting on the M5 because we're looking for entries. All right, we're trying to look for entries. Step number one of impulse to know that you're ready for a sell is that this big line here, the big EMA, or this moving trend, however you want to call it, just call it the big red line. Right? The big red, this line here needs to be red. So we're going to label this today. So if we're looking for sells, step one, big line is red. The big line's red. Is the big line red? Yes or no? If it's a no, trade's not ready. If it's a yes, check off the list. Green flag, you don't want no red flags around here, right? Big line is red. Step number two. Do you guys see in the candles and impulse, there are also two other lines that are intercrossing between each other that are also red and blue. Here's how you know you're ready for a sell. Blue line, no, you want the red line over blue line. Let's write that down. Big line is red. Small blue line, small red line. Small red line is over small blue line. Just think about it in colors. Yes, they're moving averages. Yes, there's so many fancy terms. Think of colors. Just keep it in colors. Is the red over the blue? Yes or no? No, trade's not ready. Red line's over red, big line is red. Check. Red's over blue. Check. Great. Step number 3. All right. What color is the candlestick? Is the candlestick red? Is the closure of the candlestick red? That's step number 3. Remember we talked about opens and closes and stuff. Did the candlestick close red? It's a question. Did the candlestick close red? Yes or no? Step number 3. Step number 4. Is there a red arrow above? Yeah. Those are your 4 steps, guys. 4 steps for selling. Big line. Is it red? Yes or no? Number 2, is the red line over the blue line? Yes or no? Is the candlestick close red? Yes or no? Is there an arrow above that candle? Yes or no? Family, if you got yes for all of these and everything's lined up on Trend Trap, get in that trade. Get in the trade. You've done everything. Guys, that's Trend Trap. That's Trend Trap. A bunch of questions. Yes or no questions. Think of your strategies, a bunch of yes or no questions. Once everything's yes, you said yes 10 times, and with the law of completion, law of affirmation, and the law of closing, and whatever law there is, if you say yes enough times, if I ask you another question, you're 9 times going to 10 say what? Yes. So if you have answered yes to all of your questions in this strategy, and everything's a yes, your last thing is going to be what? Get in. You got everything ready to go. I'm not going to go over, how to find stop loss and take profits. I just want you to understand the concept of knowing when to get in. Execution is always people's biggest problems, not risk management. Some of us have the best risk management in the game, but you don't even get in to test it. You don't even get into the trade. That's like saying I got, you know what I'm saying? That's like saying I got all the women, bro, but you don't talk to women. What are we doing? What? Why would you lie to yourself? Don't lie to yourself. Execute. You learn by doing, not by watching. Just gonna stamp it. You learn by doing, not by watching. To get better at trading, you actually have to trade. That's why demo accounts exist. You want to get a better trader? You need to actually do the action called trading. You got to actually do it. Now, I got 5 minutes and we out of here. Buys are the exact opposite. Exact same thing. Let's copy it. Let's paste it. I'll give you guys the exact opposite for it. So we're going to clone it. Great. Buys. What do we do? Is the big line blue? Is the blue line over the red line? Is the candlestick close blue? Is there a blue arrow below the candlestick? So with buying, it's the same thing, just in reverse. Is the big line blue? Is there a small blue line? Yes. So let's look at this recent trade for GU. I know news happened, but it's not the best way to do it. So let's look at somewhere more in the past. Let's look at someone more in the past. We'll look at this last big sell for GU, and then we are out of here. Score. Now, for the sake of this is to show you on impulse. Red line. Is it blue? Is it red? Yes. Red over blue? Yes. Red candlestick. Like we got red candlestick. Yes. We don't see the arrow just yet, but if there's an arrow there, yes. Aaron Evans is getting in this trade. I'm getting in the trade, knowing that I did all my stuff on TradingView. I did all the stuff there. Boom. We pop this trade all the way down. We continue this trade for another 20 pips. Family, I can't hold you guys on here forever, but I love every single one of you guys. Thank you for allowing me to give you guys some game in Trend Trap in another way, in a very unique way. Something you just think about a different way, not a way to make it fancy. There's a lot of big complicated words out there. I understand trading right now, for those who've been in a week, for those who've been for 3 years, we try to do our best to not make trading complicated. Make Trend Trap easy. Make it fun. Be unique with it. What is, okay, let me get on the line chart. Let me draw the ellipse tool. Let me just trust my eyes. Okay, my eyes telling me it's going up. I should be looking for buys. Okay, cool. Wait a minute. A candlestick is what? When I took my shoe off, and if I bought this shoe at $100, and then this is how you guys can make stuff creative. And then when you guys get into actual impulse, just know the colors. Reds and blues. You don't need to know much. Reds and blues. Is it red? Is it red? Is it red? Is it red? Sell. Is it blue? Is it blue? Is it blue? Is it blue? Buy. Everything else can be extra. I know everybody says it a different way, but keep it simple for yourself. If it makes sense for yourself, because at the end of the day, it don't matter how smart you are at trading. It all matters is who's profitable at the end of the month. I love you all, family. If you guys want to, you guys want more extra training, just a little bit more, I'm going to keep this link open for those who want to be on it. And those who can get to the prospect call with my boy Zion can get to the prospect call. We're going to do an intermission for about 10 minutes to allow people to get on that prospect call with Zion because he's about to kill it. I got some prospects that get on there as well. And then I will turn my camera right back on and we will continue our more in-depth for an hour or so to answer more specific questions. So if you want to hang out, give it 10 minutes. We got to get everybody on the prospect call and then I'll be right back on and let's get into it. I love you all. Thank you for your time tonight. Let's get this bag. Let's get this money. We out of here.